Hi, everybody. Is my mic working okay? Can you hear me? Hey, Daniel. Hey, Pat. Hey, Ivy. Hello. This is Melissa, your free range psychic, and it is August 7th, 2025. Oh, great. Thank you, Daniel. Hopefully, I won't have any audio issues like I did last time. Oh, good. Thank you. Hey, Ivy. I see you have several questions. I'll do my best. Hey, Karen. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Libra's son. Remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde until August the 11th. Yeah. It's been crazy. Mercury retrograde it continues. Hey, Juanita, how are you doing? So, did everybody get to see the orange one walking on the roof? What the hell was he doing on the roof? What was going on there? And then there was a contingent of, it's probably his Secret Service who walked behind him, and I don't get what was happening. Isn't it a little dangerous for him to be walking on the roof? Like the president is walking on the roof. I don't understand. It must be so crazy and chaotic. At that White House, it's a lunatic asylum. That's where the asylum is. That's where, you know, the Orange One's always talking about people coming from the asylum, the mentally ill. I think that's him. Daniel, you're saying so now Republicans want to gerrymander their states. 45 wants a new census. Are we even going to have an election next year? Well, that's the big question. So every time in the past when I've asked my guides that question, they have said, yes, we are going to have an election. And, I just do the best I can, uh, grain of salt with whatever I say. Sandy Beach, the roof is on fire. um, he was waving his arms and shouting. It's strange. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of dementia there. So Daniel's asking, are there going to be elections next year? Well, I don't think that the orange one, or 45, I guess we can call him, believes there will be. I think he just thinks it's going to be like it was with the 2024 election. He can do whatever the hell he wants and he doesn't care about his base. It's like, screw them. Um, and I'm just going to do whatever I want. But is it FAFO for the Congress people who are now, if they're attempting town halls, their base is mad. And he has the lowest, I don't really, polls are kind of a little skewy, but he's like got the lowest approval rating, right? 36 or something. And that's only comparative to himself, his first term. So I'll ask the guides that question. Yes, the guides say we are going to have elections and they will be free and fair as far as they can be, um, and the Democrats will win. The gerrymandering is going to blow up in their faces. That's what the guides say. Just because they're going to end up losing more seats than they originally were going to lose. Yeah, and the Democrats are going to have growing teeth. They're going to bite back. Um, I know that they're trying to rigidly follow the 2025 doctrine. They're going ahead with it 6 months in, right? They've tried to do it, get it as much done as possible to destroy, the deep state or the institutions of our government. And oh, our Senator Lisa Slotkin says, "Let's go nuclear." Yes. I live in Texas. It's scary. Oh, I can't even imagine. Um, Linda Bishop, you're saying, how you doing today? It's hot here. It is. I was kind of had a sheen of sweat that I kind of got rid of earlier. Just it's so humid and muggy. I don't think it's as hot as it is in Texas, but it's hot here. Let me ask more questions about what the hell is going on, really. Everything is just crazy. Um, well, what about that meeting? I don't know if is Putin going to come here or something to meet with Trump, or is Trump going to go meet with Putin? There's something going on between the two of them. So all this BS, of him threatening Russia, that's nothing. It's just show. A pretend he's pretending because he's owned by Putin. Putin can take him down anytime he wants, so that's not really a thing. Maybe he's trying to appease some of his not necessarily base, but politicians, the GOP who back Ukraine, trying to pretend that he's a strong man with Putin, but that's not. My God says it's not really happening. Um, yeah, that's very like Caligula or Nero, stripping benefits and declaring to build a ballroom for billions is crazy. Yep. But I believe it's Putin's instructions, and also the technocrats and the people who want to the Federalist Society who want to destroy our government. It's like, just blow all the money up, just do it, and then we'll take it's a heist, right? I think it said that in the last live, and we'll just of course, just take everything from the poor, and we're just going to live like the kings of old, with no care, like in France, right? When Marie Antoinette, um, and King Louis. Um, wow, I didn't know that. There are more registered Democrats than Republicans in Texas. The state is rigged, 100%. Yeah, I mean, look at who's running it, Abbott, and they're criminals. We have criminals running the government, and they're going to act like criminals. And they've been waiting a long time to just do this thing. Um, Linda's saying, at least I'm sane enough not to get on the roof and wander around like a lunatic. What is going on with the submarines and ice, Jennifer? Oh, you mean the submarines sent to Russia? But they're always there. I mean, they were there anyway. And the thing about Russia, that no, we have such well, we have a Pravda media, because we should be really talking about the massive, almost 9-point earthquake that um, destroyed their nuclear base. That was a huge hit. Like, we should be looking at things like that. That was major, and there will be more earthquakes coming up. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a 4.4 earthquake after, but there's going to be some. My guide showed me, and I also saw something on YouTube. I've been watching more of the meteorologists, and one guy who kind of follows the earthquakes is like, this is going to be even bigger. And if it's around that same area, I mean, the damage that's being done to Russia, and then of course by Ukraine, um, they're not doing very well. They're taking a lot of hits, and their economy still sucks. And as much as they'd like to take our country over, and they're not. I don't. That's just not going to happen. Maybe that's what Putin wants to talk to Trump about. But it's too. It's like, it'd be one thing if it was a pre-Ukraine invasion, and they were doing fine, and their economy was fine, they'd be in a much stronger position. But they're in a terrible position right now to, they're like a is it a paper tiger, or but they're also like a tower that's been badly bad. The edifice is like the tower card in the tarot. The foundation is completely uh, unsafe. It's gonna, the tower's gonna come crashing down any minute. Part of it's already has. So what's really going on, like realistically, what's really going on with Russia? Um, and I think, oh, I was thinking about this. I was dwelling on this last night, and I was thinking, Linda, you're saying here's hoping, yeah, the Paxton's divorcing will expose enough data to oust him. Yeah, another criminal, right? Um, and I think I touched upon this before, but I'm not sure, that Putin is mad. He's mad, like a mad king. Like 45 is mad. Like there's madness, Um, very, very powerful men who are not in their rational minds, and they believe all kinds of insane things that they act on, and then are very destructive to the world. And the same thing with Tiao. He's another mad king. We're in the age of mad kings because nothing they're doing is really making sense. It makes sense in the fact that they believe that, they're, like 45 believes he's Kim Il Jong, and he can act like that, and he's this um, autocrat that is a complete tyrant and has to be completely obeyed. But at the same time, he's walking on the roof talking about building nuclear. Was he talking about building a nuclear station or something, or arming the moon with with nuclear power? I can't remember. Or nuclear weapons. I mean, not it is insanity. Really, really is. So I think, oh, the reason I went back to Putin being mad is because the decisions he's making are irrational, and he still thinks he can kind of pull this thing off, but he can't. I saw this video on YouTube about um, something about Mother Nature being angry at him or something. Like that, of all places where the epicenter could be, it was there at a nuclear sub base in Russia. Um, and it was interesting to watch. Um, so let's see, will the FBI really arrest um, Texas Dems? I don't think so, but I will ask the guides. I know Pritzker is really protecting them. I know there was a bomb threat called into their hotel, but I don't think that's going to shake them. Man, see, when you're being run by like the mafia, the orange mafia, they will do those kinds of things just like other mafias do. It's the same mentality, it's the same tactics. They send their hitmen, they bully, um, you know, they they do shakedowns. That's their thing. And let's not be too surprised that that's what they do, because that's who they are. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, Ivy, you asked. Oh, sorry. I just saw Daniel's comment. Maybe you're saying 45 is looking for leaks in the roof. It's possible. Um, Ivy, um, will we have allies as long as 45 as an office? The only allies we're really going to have are like Russia's allies, because we're not being run by the United States, really. We're being run by Russia. And, with the input of Saudi Arabia. So this is not 45 is not really he represents the US, but not in the name of Russia. Like this, I'm going to say this again. I always say it every video, but this has been a coup, and we are experiencing a coup, and we have had foreign and domestic enemies of the United States taking over our government, not being voted in, but stealing this election and what do invading forces do? They try to plunder your treasury and they try to bully the population into submission. They're doing all the things that that kind of that kind of group of thugs would do because they're not really representing America, and that's why Trump doesn't. Sorry, 45 doesn't feel like he has to follow the Constitution because it's not about the Constitution. We are invaded by foreign and domestic enemies of the Constitution, this country, and I hope we're starting to realize it. That's just the fact of things. Um, so my guides say no, they don't see the FBI arresting the Congress people because they can't do it. It's a standoff between them and the state of is it it sounds stupid. Is it Illinois? Who's Pritzker the governor of? Um, I hope I'm right here, but if I'm not right, let me know. Um, let's see. Hey, Teresa. Hey. Um, so Daniel, you're saying Trump wants to act like a pit bull, but when he's called out, he turns into a chihuahua. Yeah. Um, so Stephanie, did I say hi to you? And hi, Nanette. Um, oh, new comments. So it's a very scary time. Um, but at the same time, the more we understand what the reality is, the more we can fight back against it. Because it's cognitive dissonance, and which is what they try to cause to think that like somebody who won a free and fair election, who's acting under the auspices of the president of the United States, and who's sworn to follow the Constitution, is acting like this. But that's not. There's nothing. There's nothing that is related to who's currently in power of our government that wants to do that. They want to destroy our government and all its institutions. And well, think about this. So why did RFK take $500 million dollars away from the funding of vaccines recently? Because you want a weak population that you're trying to subdue. You want them to be sick. You want to, the scientists are leaving, right? You want the scientists to leave because Putin does not want our country to be a leader in science or a leader in any other, uh, what would the word be? In anything else that has set it ahead of or equal to other countries. Putin wants us all to be like Russians are right now. Russia is in a terrible, terrible state. Its infrastructure is completely disintegrating. People are starving, and he wants this country to be the same way. Honestly, and that's who's really in charge. That's what I think. Hey, hey, Taya. Um, yes, I was right. Thank you, Jennifer. He is the governor of Illinois. Um, so So Sharon Ann's asking, how is what Trump, the GOP, Congress and GOP government involved in not a coup? I asked the same question. But they tried January 6th of 2021. And they failed, but this is the attempt that has seemed to been successful so far. But it's the same lineage with the same actors and the same beliefs. Only we didn't know about the technocrats, and we didn't know about Elon Musk being like, wanting to destroy our country with his chainsaw. We didn't really know about that. And we're meeting these other actors, right? Like TL and Vance and vote and, all those guys behind 2025. We didn't know about them. Now we know about them. Um, yeah, or our universities. Thank you, Ivy. Hey, JC. Hi. Um, Jennifer Booth says, wishing everybody a blessed Lionsgate tomorrow. Thank you. Is Lionsgate's tomorrow? Well, thank you so very much. Same, my sentiments to everyone. Yes, they were compromised. They were being compromised every time they were able to get into those um, the voting booths, to do their so-called audits. I think they did a lot of damage at that point. Um, we are living in historical times and hysteria. Oh, sorry, that's what Sharon's. Not no, Sharon, that's not your quote. Oh, Jennifer's quote. And hysterical times. I'd like to say. Um, so JC, hey, I keep asking if the billions given to ICE will be returned back to our government. Um, I'll ask the guides about that. Yes. Seems impossible when I get these answers, but the guys are saying yes, they will be. Um, yeah. So it's another week that seems like, has taken us into August, but seems like forever. July was, that was such a crazy month. Um, yeah, I was just thinking of Bannon, flood the zone, right? How is he even still a thing, I thought that his days were over with regarding, being involved in power politics when Biden took office, but now he's sprung back again and he's everywhere. But he is a major player in all of that, uh, Epstein, right? I think there are photographs of him and Epstein, and all those guys were involved with Epstein somehow. Hey, Selma. Um, and then this whole Epstein thing, letting Ghislaine into that um, uh, what is it, the low security prison where I don't even know if there are prison guards there, and she's even complaining about that, I think. But uh, and she said something like, I heard that today. Her get out of that high security jail card was she didn't see anything that she thought was um, that she didn't think Trump. It's not that she didn't think Trump was involved in anything. She didn't see anything that made her feel uncomfortable or something. And then, I don't know if you watched Colbert make fun of that. Like, yeah, Ghislaine's not uncomfortable with like Trump's activities or didn't see anything wrong with what Trump was doing, and she's involved. That's pretty funny. Jennifer, I agree. He won't be around forever, and there'll be a sea change eventually for the better. I do believe that too. Um, Daniel's saying Benjamin Franklin said it best: "We have a democracy if we can hold it." Our forefathers would be in shock. I think they were frightened about it happening. And they tried to set up this grand experiment, but there should have been more safeguards. Hey, Sharon. Hi. There's so much that should have been in place to not make this a thing, to make it impossible to steal our election, and to make it impossible for a twice convicted felon to run for and be elected president. That should never be. It just shouldn't be. So that's an issue too. It's like, oh my God, how did this get to this point? Yeah, she's probably not safe. She's probably safer where she was. Um, But I have a theory about that. I'll get to your question in a second, JC. Um, there were so many, yeah, and maybe they're just clickbait, uh, headlines on the different YouTube shows I watch. Trump's been played by Gizlane, and no, that's not what happened. I don't think. Ghislaine and Trump have been friends since before Epstein, and he wanted to do this for her, um, and he did. It wasn't because he was scared of her, maybe scared of what she could reveal, but I do believe that he would, even if Musk hadn't dropped this bombshell and got this whole thing stirred up, uh, I think it would have been the same. He wanted, just like he wants to pardon Diddy. Why do you think he wants to pardon Diddy? Maybe he hung out with Diddy too, right? Allegedly. Um, so also Melania is in all those photographs back then. Oh, she does. Absolutely. I mean, the theory, not the theory, but the thought is that, Epstein introduced Melania to um, Donald back in the day. Is it the Cat Club? And was very instrumental in that. And so my theory, to my working theory right now, is that I do believe Epstein was working for Putin to get compromise, and I thought this for a long, long time, and that's why there were his house was all his houses and planes, etc., had surveillance, especially in the bedrooms, and I know everybody's like throwing shade on Mossad, and maybe he did work for Mossad as well, but I'm telling you, it was Putin who got the lion's share of that information, and because that's the KGB and that's what they do. And I believe that that's Epstein, uh, worked for him, and one of the ways he got all his money. And I believe that and I did a video on this about Melania, about her being a alleged red sparrow. So a red sparrow is somebody that there's actually a school for them in Russia, where these beautiful young women, they get trained in, like how concubines used to be trained, probably, or something, and also how to be spies, etc. And then they're introduced to various powerful people, and they become their handlers. They're like the conduit between Putin and this person. So their loyalties are to Putin. And it's very powerful. I think that probably has been going on for that ploy has been going on for hundreds of years. How to control a powerful person. You find a Yamada Harry or somebody. You find a somebody who works for you. You put them in their lives, and then I believe Epstein introduced Melania because Melania was chosen for that reason. But if you want to go to my channel, I'm also the free range psychic, and check that out. I think it's called Melania Red Sparrow. I did do a whole video on that. Allegedly, I could be wrong, but that's what my guide showed me. So Nanette, recently Patel went to New Zealand and Australia. Why? It's a good question. I didn't know that, but I can ask. Doesn't No, Patel doesn't come from New Zealand or Australia. He comes from South Africa, right? Am I right? Oh no, he comes from Germany. I'm sorry, he comes from Germany. Um, so I'm just asking my guides here. I'm using my pendulum. Um, it's to do with heavy metals, something to do with like emeralds and as well. It's like platinum, and it has to do with precious metals and gems and also, like minerals. Looking, I mean, there's a lot of the kind of thing used for crypto, but yeah, but this was on a like he's a billionaire, so he's looking to buy up mines and land. Allegedly, this is what I'm getting, and also he wants like a mine, like a precious gem mine. So he's like looking. Um, so Peter believes that he's going to be like the richest man in the world one day. He believes he's got it all the cards and he's in control of everything through Vance. So he just wants to increase his wealth and continue with his nefarious deeds. But he's got a whole belief system going on there that's kind of backing him up. Um, yeah. Jennifer's asking, what will future generations think at this time? I don't know. What do you think? I mean, we're not just stuck in this one point. There's going to be a lot of things that will change one way or the other. I don't think that they're just going to. Obviously, this point in time will be studied, and I think future generations, um, they will see it for what it is, as long as it's taught, honestly, which I think it will be. Um, but you learn from these times, and you learn not to take things for granted, and hopefully they will um, be even more arduous in their uh, efforts to secure our democracy, because we obviously see that it can be stolen even when we didn't think it was possible. That was a good question though, Jennifer. Thank you. um, so any other questions? I can go back up and see what I've been missing here. Oh, I don't see any, but I'm sure more will come. But so anyways, we're in such a weird time. It seems like all the evil in the world has kind of deposited itself in various places, and one of them being our government. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with you, JC. She's part of this whole deal. Um, I agree with you. They should subpoena her. Yeah, she was so much, she wasn't there at the beginning, but she definitely was part of it. Ivanka was part of it too. I don't know if you've seen those photographs of Ivanka and Epstein and Trump, but she was another, model brought in from Eastern Europe, and she lived the high life for that period of time, pre-Melania. Oh yeah, poor Baron. He really takes after his father. I do believe his father is the Donald, unfortunately. Uh, um, yes, the guy, and this is I don't want to, I don't know Baron. I can't. We're not supposed to diagnose him, right? I can guess on things, but I mean I don't really want to disparage him. I'll see what it is that I can say about him. I feel sorry for him because he's must have been pretty hellacious to be brought up by those two people. Um, but I'll ask, but please, big grain of salt, because again, I don't know Baron. Yeah, Bitcoin is so evil. It's gonna poof. It's gonna when Putin goes, it's all just nothing. It's gonna end up as nothing. Um, I think that he has inherited his narcissism. I guess I can say that, which is a mental. It's a personality disorder in the diagnostic statistical manual that the psychiatrists and psychologists and I guess other mental health practitioners diagnose from. So 2025 is a 9-year-old, is an end of a cycle, and 2026 is a one. Oh, what do you guys think is going to happen in 2026? Oh no. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Psychopathy and sociopathy and a lot of anger, and that's sad. Um, you're so funny. The nut doesn't fall from the tree or trees as far as barren. Yeah, you can see just his dour expression and the company he's keeping right now. Um, with the is it the Tate brothers and oh that whole group, they've really corrupted him. New beginning. Nice. 2026 is a new beginning. Selma's saying Baron looks like a Batman villain without a makeup or costume. And he looks really kind of sad whenever I see him, or depressed or angry or something like that. Um, Prelude to psych. Yes, thank you. The torturing of animals is a prelude to psychopathology. It is. Um, Jennifer saying we'll see more effects of IA affecting jobs. Yeah, IA is interesting. It's like it's double edged. There's some wonderful things that it has been able to uh, assist people with, and well, whatever. And but there's also it can be. I mean, it's the intent that it's used by. It it cannot replace humans, even though they like to. They, sorry, I always have to, if I say they, I should really specify what I mean by they, but, like the movies or techies, they like to talk as if or speak as if AI can replace humans, but I can't replace humans. Uh, it, it can replace humans like with robots and some things, but not as actual humans. It just doesn't have the flexibility. There's such huge gaps in its ability to respond in fluid ways. So it depends on, yeah, my guides want me to go back to intent. Who are we going to be? What is our intent? How are we going to use AI? Are we going to use it for greed and, to take jobs away from humans and whatever? Are we going to actually, realize its benefits, but understand its limitations and, um, treat sentient living beings, that AI should not be able to take away the, ability to earn money or, take away jobs, all that stuff from people. There's got to be ethics there. We've got to really think about it. Hey, Gino, um, Capricorns are earthy and love authenticity, cannot stand AI. Yeah, and AI can be used really lazily too, especially when you're trying to get through to somebody in like some office or department, and you're just like they don't understand what you're trying to say to them. Well, you've repeated it 10 times, and it's just rigidity. So since C19, there's been a mass exodus from this planet. It's not over yet. Um, that's interesting. Yeah, I hate recorded messages that are AI and they're programmed to refer to themselves as I. AI is greatly lacking in a lot of areas, but it can be pretty amazing if to use it in some ways because it can do research very, very quickly, and it has its place, but it's also, I think, it's overestimated in a lot of ways, especially if we think about it like that we're responding to another like human type being. It's just not there. Um, FBI warning criminals are using AI in voice calls. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of giveaways to AI. I find the pronunciation for one thing. I don't know if you've anybody has noticed lately that there are these YouTube videos that are AI, totally AI put together. So I've watched a few of them, and there's always a tell. They always mispronounce something, or um, the the images that they bring up are ludicrous. I saw one they were talking about the is it Roanoke, the disappearance of the a group of colonists in Roanoke, and if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it looked interesting, but then they were talking about native tribes, and they brought up an African tribe, not a Native American tribe. I'm thinking this is wacky, and then I noticed more and more weirdnesses like that, and I thought this is AI. This is no human could put this together, and like, is there AI needs editing, but I think they're trying to, throw them out there, or not they. I mean, I guess anybody could use AI to make a video, so that you develop like a monetization and you can make money. But the actual videos themselves are ridiculous, ludicrous. They make no sense. Has anybody else seen those? And I notice them more and more, so I just try to avoid them. Forest Dream says, "Watch the fingers. They get that wrong a lot." Yeah, I think they're rolling it out too early. Like maybe need to work on they saying whoever is using it or corporations, etc. Uh, there's some work that needs to be done with AI. They can't, humans uh, are still necessary. Plus, we have to have values here. We have to, humans come first, animals come first, sentient beings come first. AI is just a tool. So it should not come first. We should not treat it like an entity. Oh, that's true. Yeah. There's so much that needs to be done. I'm praying that we get a government one day and fast that is actually going to take care of this stuff, because I think that I'm sure that Europe is working on it. There's a lot of work for humans to sort this stuff out so that it can be beneficial without being damaging. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. It's disgusting. So, oh, we've got so much work to do, and there should be so much regulation. Of course, the orange one wants no regulation on AI, because of the people, who back him, the techies who want to be able to have no regulation on anything. But that will come back to bite the orange one. It already has, actually. I think I've seen some pretty funny AI videos on the orange one. Pretty funny. Um, My chickens have souls, but my microwave doesn't have a soul. Yes, thank you. That's Linda. That is a very clear analogy there. That absolutely yes, and it's up to us. I know that the techies have stepped into, they're very powerful, but we're the consumers, right? We can draw back. That's how they make their money, besides government contracts from us. So we have to start having demands and uh, you know deciding what we want, what we don't want. We have choice. We still have choice here. Yeah, he does, of course. Though I don't know how long do you think he's going to last walking on a roof? What else has he been doing like that? I wonder. I should ask my guides. Inquiring minds want to know. And of course, whenever I ask my guides, just grain of salt here. Um, how I want to ask the question to my guides, entertainment purposes only for this whole video. How far gone is he really? He looks terrible, but he's always looked terrible, but he even looks more terrible now, and we know he's got congestive heart failure. Just at the beginning of like the list of his ailments, I'm sure. Um, so let's if you don't mind, let's see. Oh my God, Daniel, 116 degrees. That's terrible. Oof. Not that hot here. That makes me feel like it's cool. It feels hot out there, but it's a livable. Well, Daniel, you're here too, in the same area that I'm at. And yeah, Michigan's a pretty nice state overall, comparatively, when it comes to temperatures and weather. Um, so what's going on with our orange one here? Oh, I didn't know that, Nanette. That's good to hear. Whoops. Oh, really? I can't even imagine being in New York City in 100 degrees or more. So Jennifer says, I've witnessed a lot of transformation in jobs, replacing people by virtual dialers and automated scheduling by program eliminating people. Oh, hey, Libra. Yay. Yeah, it's very scary. I think we really, one day when this sea change happens, need to kind of hit back, let humans do some work. I get so upset sometimes. I lose patience with the AI because you're asking a very simple question, but they're giving you a very narrow um, choice, and if it's not within your like what you want, then they don't get it. They keep on, or they keep on asking over and over again for you to make the same choice you said you didn't want to make, or they hang up on you. I hate AI for doing answering service. Oh, hey, Bridget. Okay, yeah, chat's been pretty good. It usually is. So let's talk. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Donald, just to do a little health update. I know that was it Denise. Oh, what's her name? Knights, something or other. There's a tarot reader that she does a health report via tarot every day. I don't remember her full name though. I'm so sorry. Um, so I'm hearing. Yeah, I will, JC. It may be a little early for me to do that though. I might want to wait a little bit to do that. It's over a year away, right? Hey, Clarence. Night. Yeah. Okay, it was night. So, he is. If I was gonna ask a doctor to diagnose him, like, is his Alzheimer's or does he have Alzheimer's? Like, yeah. Yes. His father had Alzheimer's. And he has Alzheimer's. Where is it? Like, is it mild, moderate, or severe? Yeah, the guys are saying moderate, moderate cognitive decline. Oh, this is interestingly. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, sorry, Bridget. This is very interesting what you said, Libra. My employer is using an optical character recognition program and AI to learn document classification, not as smart as humans. 1/4 to 1/2 of the pages were wrong and corrected by a human. You corrected them. You see, they're just it's too early, for the AI to do a lot of things they want AI to do. It's just not there yet. Um, so the guides say he's on the orange one's on a lot of medication, heart medication, blood pressure medication, um, gout. They say he has gout, allegedly. I'm just asking the guides. Um, varicose veins. Um, he's got bladder and, of course, renal dysfunction, um, and bowel dysfunction. Um, and it's very scary if you really saw all the medical reports to look at like just like what a mess he is and how close he is to just not being able to function properly at all. But he's on so many medications. He has got a lot of handlers, like trying to keep him propped up. Um, he's got aneurysms and some there's some injury to his brain. So it's amazing that he's functioning as well as he is, right? With all that stuff. And the doctors do try to, warn him of his medical conditions because he's just does way too much, and he's not a good patient. Um, and he's scared. He's very, very scared of his health, and he's very morbid at times. But he's forever the narcissist, forever the business person, ever wanting to. I call it the art of the steal, by the way. The art of the deal, the art of the steal. But that's where he gets his like his narcissistic supply and ego boost. And he's just always that's as sick as he is and as tenuous as his life is it's just ongoing. Um, oh yeah, I think he does too because he can't read properly, right? Um, JC says I think he has some form of dyslexia. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop that. I should have had a mute on my mic. Um, oh yeah, I saw that he got beaten up. What is the full story with that? It was it some um, thugs in a car, a parking lot, or a multi-storied parking lot. Was that what happened? He looked very bloody. The photo I saw of him. Oh, was that a setup? Sorry, I was sneezing. I didn't see the end of that question. Um, no, that really was a group of uh, thugs or criminals. I mean, other people have gotten carjacked, right? Other Congress people and senators and stuff are in the past. I know that they have because I've seen that reported. Oh, he was carjacked. Well, if anybody, karma, not that I wish anybody harm, but if anybody kind of, uh, was asking for it, it would be big balls. Think about all the damage he's done to our country. But I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. Clarence is saying, someone with the name Big Balls should know how to fight. um, yeah, he got punched in the face or nose. I don't know how. Does anybody know how badly he was beaten up, and is he in the hospital or something? Linda's saying MAGA won't accept Shady Vance. He's not the golden one. He he was put in there by TL, right? And the techos. No, I don't. He won't have the same power or the same magnetism, if I can say that about the orange one. Yeah, he's not going to be successful. That's what the guides say. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm for laughing at somebody's misfortune, but six guys beat the Doge out of him. Someone says he needs to change his name to No Balls. You guys are so funny. Um, yeah, I don't. What do the other psychics out there say, or what do any of you say regarding your feeling about the longevity of the orange one? I don't see him lasting that much longer because for somebody like that, he needs to kind of go to his own Bar-a-Lago and golf, with and nothing else, just to keep it a plateau, but to have to do all the traveling and stuff. As little as he does compared to other presidents, it's not good. He shouldn't be dad or granddad or whoever shouldn't be out there doing that. Um, I was just thinking about his sons. Oh, I did see that, JC. I did, yeah. They deleted the Declaration of Independence off the official website. Yeah, but I read that they were forced to put it back because there was so much outrage. But if they're ever showing the army that they're not following the Constitution, that would be it. All the more reason for like our institutions that are supposed to protect this country to stop this coup. Um, yeah, that's what I read. JC says they were caught and they had to put it back because and they pretend it was a glitch. Jennifer says that Trump may live till the third term or go sooner because of his health. You're talking about the orange one. Steve Myers says it was the Constitution and it was Articles 9 and 10 that were deleted. Well, they want to delete them. Just being honest about that, right? They want to. So Forrest Dream says he might want to move to a country that isn't heading towards a Mad Max culture. Who's the he that you're referring to, Forrest? Um, Linda's saying something huge is coming in December. I'm very on edge about whatever that is. And Daniel's saying, ask your guys if there will be a big health scare in September. Let's see. Yes, the guides say there will be another virus. This one, they're saying there's going to be a mutation of COVID. COVID's never gone away. It's continually mutating, and because we haven't uh, limited the number of hosts that it can do its uh, mutating in every time that it uh, finds a host, then it has this opportunity to continue to evade the immune system, and it's mutated a lot of times. The most recent one is called Nimbus, I think. But they're saying there's going to be another big mutation. This one's it's going to be like, oh, not Omicron. They're saying like the Delta. A lot of problems with this one. A lot of symptoms that like the Nimbus has like a razor sore throat that's unique to it. This one's going to affect the respiratory system. It's like going to freeze it. It's going to be very, very bad. So watch out for COVID come in September. And of course, the usual suspects, there's other colds and flus. Um, and a lot of people are getting what they think are colds, but because they're not doing COVID testing, it's actually COVID. Highly, highly transmissible. Let's see what comments I'm missing here. So Steve says what was deleted was it was the Constitution. It was Articles 9 and 10 that were deleted. Got to watch that, right? Um, This regime is dumb like a box of rocks. They really are. Casted characters. Let's see. Yes, he did not win the election. I pray for that every day. That it comes out like it's as important to people as the Epstein files. Like people believe it. Like there's so much proof that we wake up to that. He, Trump isn't that his unpopularity isn't just kind of, oh, he was elected president and then he's gone bonkers. That's because he was never popular. He never won the election. He never had the majority vote, as much as he likes to say he did. He never had it. We didn't want him in the first place. And so he didn't start out from a good place that way, although they pretended that he did. So Four Streams is asking, will the hideous ballroom be built? There's a problem here. Oh God. It's just the orange one being the wheeler and dealer and the real estate developer, and he's terrible at it because he's always cutting corners, and like his buildings are not that great. They're a nightmare, really, of all kinds of transgressions with building codes and safety regulations. And he does the same thing there. I'm getting that it won't be completed. It's a big waste of money and a big grift. Oh, and I wanted to tell you that what my guide said to me, to leave you with something positive, is that the rose garden will come back. Well, like it will be restored. The cement will be broken up and that rose garden is going to be put back in its place. The nerve. So we've reached 4 o'clock. Yes, Kathy O. 4 o'clock with this new version. Yes, they're saying it's going to hit the respiratory system really hard. Yes, RFK canceled the funding, yeah, for the COVID vaccine because I had was talking about earlier, at least in my framework. What I think my working theory is that Putin's really running this country and wants the Americans to die. It's like a bioweapon that Putin's using. He wants us to be like Russia is. He wants us to be unhealthy and uh, turn into just a colony, a very unhappy colony of Russia. So all of that is getting kind of slash. But that's not just Putin. It's also uh, the the technocrats and the federalists and the people. I would say the GOP, who don't want the 99% to have much of anything. They want to take it all, and they're happy to see us suffer. Very happy to see us suffer. Um, oh wow, Jennifer, I'm sorry about that. Um, okay, so you guys, I'll be here maybe next Tuesday or Thursday. I'm not sure. I'll see how my week goes. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're part of our community, and we'll get through this somehow. Oh, wait a minute before we go. Sharon's saying, I don't think he won in 2016. There were a lot of shenanigans in the swing states. I just want to agree with that because I believe that here in Michigan, in Detroit, there were like 70,000 votes that went missing, and nothing ever happened with that. He only won the state by 10,000 votes. 70 odd thousand votes went missing just in Detroit. And I'm sure that happened all over. The Russians were boots on the ground in those states in 2016. So 100% agree with you. Okay, let me just catch up on these last comments here. Oh, Janet, hi. Love and healing, white light to all. I love that. Yes. Um, you guys take care. Stay sane if you can. And I will see you soon. Be good. Bye bye.